Chains today, both my bikes. I thought I'll show you guys how I do it. There are plenty of ways to do it. First, you need something to clean it with. My favourite, kerosene. Cheap degreaser, essentially kerosene. Got your WD-40 type sprays. Not really a fan of those, but people are. They do a good job though. And purpose brought chain cleaner. Essentially, this is an old clip link that I've kept. These are little O-rings that hold grease between them. You can't change that. You want a chain cleaner that won't affect these. Too harsh and they can deteriorate. This is an O-ring chain. Basically, a couple of reasons why we clean it. A, makes it last longer, stops it rusting, and also makes it quieter. There's probably a few other reasons, but like a zipper, you lubricate it, you'll be good. I brought this thing here and it comes with a, obviously it's the same chain cleaner, a non-flingy tacky lube, and a brush, which I got them already. The old favourite shop rags. Just go to the cleaning supplies at the supermarket and you get some dishwashing rags. You've already got a brush like this. You don't need to use them, one or the other. Toothbrush works fine. Now there's going to be a lot of argument over chain lubes and stuff. Essentially there are two kinds. The flicky kind, like this. The oil comes off the chain when you're riding. Dirt sticks to it, throws the dirt and the oil off. Problem is, it doesn't last very long. Then you got these sort of things, which is the sticky ones. Essentially, they last a long time, but dirt and grit can stick to the chain then. That can cause some abrasive material, causing extra wear if you don't clean it. Or you can go my favourite, something like this, chain paste, which is as sticky as you get. It's pretty much grease. Yeah. Don't know why people don't wear it all the time. Put a pair of gloves on, you're going to get dirty. This one I'm going to use kerosene. What you want to look at, use your teeth. Before I start, there are pinch points. Obviously, you get a finger in this chain under the cog, it's going to take your finger clean off. That's why we never spray or anything while using the engine in drive and let it run, because it'll take your fingers clean off. But as you can see, this chain's pretty dirty. Stick there, you can see all the grit stuck to it. You can see the O-rings in there, but you basically want to make sure the chain's not too loose. First up, it's not going to come off the sprocket. Now this here says here, chain tension 25 millimeters. That's not 25 millimeters up and down. You get a ruler, pull it down, take the measurement between the swing arm and the measurement, you push it up, take the measurement and there. So basically it's 25 millimeters all together up and down. This is fine. Essentially, if it won't come off the sprockets, it's good. If you can get that fair bit off, that's bad. As the suspension goes up, this will stretch and loosen. So it's gonna get the kerosene out. This chain here is what's called a clip link chain. probably should be rivet, but not all chains have them. Make sure it's still on there if you've got a clip link chain. That bit can get caught and flick off if it's not on seated correctly, and that can actually cause the whole chain to come off. That one there's on, as you can see. As you can see, the kerosene's just literally making the chain lube come straight off. As you're going around, you want to check for stiff links, which will be evident because they don't bend. That means the O-rings have gone. And the grease in the middle of the O-rings has been worn out so they don't move, or it's stiffer to move. You'll definitely hear it. Generally, if you find the chain's almost due to go, you'll hear it go. And if you lube your chain, listen to it beforehand and listen to it after. So much quieter. As you notice, this is a VFR. It's got a single-sided swing arm, which means there's nothing on the other side. That means this chain's aligned perfectly. If it's out, the whole swing arm's bent. You do have these stickers. I wouldn't really pay much attention to them. They're only there for brand new chains. When they buy the bike, you change the ratios, you change the sprockets, it doesn't work anymore. Obviously you get the grit stuck up here as well. A bit of kerosene gets everything off. You don't want to spray it on your rear brakes here either. Kerosene's an oil, it leaves an oily residue. And I imagine any sort of chain cleaner will do the same. It'll be very bad for the brake pads and brake rotors. You've got another small sprocket up here, the front sprocket, usually under a cover. But everything gets stuck up under there. And if you ever take it off, it just looks like a big pile of grease, which is completely normal, but I like to throw a bit of spray in there to try and get as much out as I can. Every so often I'll pull the whole cover off and give it a good clean, but usually it flicks off. It's not even touching the sprocket and chain. It just looks bad. Right, that's just kerosene. Let's try Piddenrite Chain Cleaner Super Strength on this Blackbird. Again, see how this is. Now, before I start, this is a dual-sided swinger, like a conventional one, quite normal. You've got chain adjusters on either side. There are marks, as you can see here and here, to indicate how far out they are. But I've got just before the two there. So they're equal length. So one will assume, unless something is seriously wrong, that if they're equal length, the wheel is aligned, the chain's aligned. You can get chain tools and stuff to make sure it's straight as well. Don't really bother them personally. Alright. Some bikes, if you can get to the chain properly, it's good to spray on the inside because it forces the weights on the outside, cleans everything. Right, this one here is using the Motol chain wax, chain grease, which sticks very good, as you can tell. Right. Now, so a bit of soak in the VFR. Like I said, watch your pinch points. See, it's getting a lot of the good grease off here. Disgusting. I always throw them away. Now I'll use the brand new one. Nice and black. Essentially, with a toothbrush or whatever, it just gets the extra abrasion off. Like I said, there's no hope of getting this in underneath the top of the chain, but you know, it's also got this other little side here to get into any gaps or whatever. Essentially, it's just these teeth. Right. Now, you can just hose it off with water if you like, or I'm going to wash the whole bike. So, okay, now that I've washed them, I've given the chain just a soft water spray down, not with a pressure cleaner, just soft water to rinse off. As you can see, that's fairly clean. This was the kerosene one. And this one here is with the chain cleaner. I don't know, it looks like this one's cleaner to me. This was the chain cleaner and brush. And that was with the rag and kerosene. Okay. This one here is the box of chain lube road synthetic non-fling tacky. So this is the sticky kind. When you spray it, you want to get on these plates on the sides as well. Like I said, some people will start the engine up and stick it in drive and let it rotate around. Not very good because you can chop your fingers off. As a note, if you read the manual, it'll say lubricate the chain, I think every 500 miles with 80 to 90 weight gear oil. That's definitely the flinging kind. So about every tank, one tank or two tanks, once a week, you lube it, then you clean it off. Every month maybe. Now if you can, spray from the inside after you ride, because that will force its way through the chain with the capillary reaction. The chain's hot. It also makes the oil flow a bit better. You can't really get in properly. You can already hear it's a lot quieter just with the lube on it. But your chain will last a lot longer with it. Best thing with this stuff is it's dirt cheap, and I'm pretty sure the manual actually also says 98 gear oil or castor oil chain spray. That's Honda manual anyway. This is pretty much liquid oil. You'll definitely notice the difference with flicky and non-flicky kind on your rear wheel. It's important to do this not straight away before you ride, because not only will the oil go everywhere, but there's soft solvents and things inside of it make it flow better, which will dry up. So you want that to dry before you ride, so it doesn't flick onto the rear wheel, because if you get that on the tyre, you're going to be in for a bad time. So you can get on the chain with this one a bit better.